Hello, my name is Kin Moev, and I continue to share my experiences and observations from the professional environment. Today, we will discuss an extremely important topic: why, despite our efforts, we sometimes fail to achieve the desired results at work. Let's talk honestly about the key reasons, and most importantly, what to do about it. So important. I'll start with a question. What does results mean to me? For everyone, it means something different: a completed project, a promotion, a team victory. But in any case, results are a reflection of the effort put in. When there are no results, disappointment sets in and motivation is lost. Why is it worth looking for the reasons for failure? Because only by identifying and understanding them can we begin to move forward. Clear goal. One of the most common mistakes I have noticed in myself and my colleagues is a lack of clarity about the ultimate goal. When the goal is vague, the work process itself becomes chaotic. For example, at the beginning of my career, I often grabbed at everything, hoping that something would work out. As a result, my efforts were scattered, and the result was mediocre. What to do? Set a clear, measurable goal. Check how each step leads to this goal. Planning. The next reason is the lack of a plan. Even if the goal is clear, without breaking the task down into stages, I often encountered procrastination or last-minute rushes. It is the plan that provides structure and intermediate benchmarks. Practice. Break large tasks down into smaller ones. Start a tracker or to-do list. Set realistic deadlines. Lack of priorities. I have noticed that it is easy to be very busy but ineffective. Everything seems important and urgent, but if you don't set priorities, you won't get results. Tools. Eisenhower matrix. 80/20 rule. PARETO. 20% of tasks yield 80% of result. Daily analysis. What is really important today? Lack of discipline and self-control. The most unpleasant reason is discipline. Sometimes it's just hard to force yourself to work consistently. I'm not perfect either. Sometimes I get carried away with social media and lose focus. My techniques. I use the Pomodoro technique: 25 minutes of work, 5 minutes of rest. I turn off unnecessary notifications. I take regular breaks to avoid burnout. Fear of making mistakes and postponing decisions. Another reason I notice in myself and others is the fear of making mistakes, which causes decisions to be postponed and things to remain at a standstill. Tips. Allow yourself to make mistakes because mistakes are growth. Make small decisions quickly. Ask for advice if you are unsure. Motivation and internal interest. If your work does not inspire you, the result will be mediocre. It is very important to find your own inner meaning in what you do. How I find motivation. I relate tasks to my values. I remember why I chose this path. I celebrate even small successes. External factors and an ineffective team. Sometimes the reason is not only me. There are difficult teams, poor communication, and inadequate leaders. I have had experience when an excellent project failed only because of a lack of understanding within the team. What to do? Don't be afraid to discuss problems. Agree on rules for interaction. Be honest about your expectations. Lack of feedback and development. Without analyzing results, it is impossible to grow. I didn't come to this conclusion right away. I used to not ask for feedback and didn't analyze my failures. Tip: regularly ask for feedback from colleagues. Analyze unsuccessful cases. Look for opportunities to learn new things. And recommendations. Let's summarize. The main reasons for the lack of results are unclear goals, poor planning, lack of priorities, lack of self-control, fear of mistakes, loss of motivation, external difficulties and the team, ignoring feedback. Remember, it is important not only to identify the cause, but also to take action. Watching until the end. Share in the comments what reasons you have encountered and how you overcame them. I wish each of you to see the real fruits of your labor. See you in new videos.